Greetings, flesh wound horror freaks, and welcome to a brand new Treehouse of Horror Simpsons special. I am Daniel Shine, joined as always by Todd Loya.
So, I didn't know. Sorry. What's up, y'all?
Dope.
I was producing. My bad.
And Pugs, I have no Simpsons reference for you. Dread.
Namnus diddly day.
There you go.
I'm surprised he didn't. I'm surprised he didn't introduce us as Bumblebee and Dr. Hibbert.
Damn. That's
ay Dios mío.
So all right. So we're getting deep into the Simpsons now. We're on Treehouse of Horror 17, which aired on November 5th, 2006, and it was season 18, episode 4.
It's legal now.
It is indeed. It is indeed. So yeah, we'll get right into this one. All right. So the first story, the opening. This got on my good side. We get our Tales from the Crypt opening with Mr. Burns playing the iconic Crypt Keeper. Oh, man. I loved this. I was like, and then Mo and the Iron Maiden. I thought this was probably the best, maybe the best opening. It really, and ironic too.
This one had monsters for sure.
Yeah, and ironic too, because 2006, Tales from the Crypt had been off the air for a decade at this point. But
that's one of those things that it's iconic, so it's not.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm glad they paid homage to it. So our first story, Married to the Blob, is of course a Blob parody with Homer naturally eating what he calls a space marshmallow, which was actually a meteorite. I popped when he said, "Ooh, space marshmallow." This segment. And then my favorite line is, "Today's teens have enough problems without me eating them." What did you think of this one, Bugs?
This one was enjoyable as hell. When Marge is like, "Oh, I can't love whatever the fuck." How fat was he at that time? Anyway, I can't love a big person. And then, like, he looked kind of crushed, but like, yeah, I just love that. And then just having him blob his way through Springfield was fucking hilarious. Yeah, I liked it.
What'd you think, Todd?
I gotta say, this one probably has one of my favorite lines, and that is, "What did Germans ever do to deserve this?"
When he eats Oktoberfest.
I was dying.
What did he say?
Yeah. And then I popped for the Sir Mix-a-Lot remix.
Yeah.
The fact that it was really him is what sold it to me.
Yes, I was gonna say yes. He did the voice. Baby got fat.
Fun trivia fact. Sir Mix-a-Lot doesn't like the fact that Baby Got Back is used for like BBW stuff, because that's not what the song's about. Random fact, just throwing it out there. So send your hate mail to Mix, or just call him 1-900-Mix-a-Lot. So,
and it's so funny as we're reviewing these in 4-year blocks, basically watching the progression of like pop culture and news parody. Of course, we get Dr. Phil in this episode too, and I love that the mayor used him to kill off the homeless.
That's the best plan I've heard so far.
Yeah,
and I love that they were just like, they enjoyed being in there too.
It's warm, nice place to stay.
Yeah. So our second story, You Gotta Know When to Golem. This one is this one is kind of notable, mostly for having Fran Drescher voice the female golem, but it's it's kind of just a parody of the Jewish mythology of the golem. What did you think, Pugs? This one wasn't my favorite, but it's still kind of amusing.
Oh, I laughed my ass off with this one. This is probably my favorite one of the night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, one, I like the original Golem movie. It's just a classic. It's like mandatory cinema for cinema nerds and stuff. So I'm sure most of you have seen it. And they make a lot of fucking Jew jokes about this, and I always find those hilarious. And they're not like offensive, like the normal ones I like. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I dug it a lot. I would like the Golem to do stuff for me. And what's my favorite parts? Oh, when fucking Homer gets grabbed by the ear because Marge puts the note in his mouth. He's like, "This is really painful." Yeah, so I like it a lot. And then like you get the Bride of Frankenstein type thing at the end. Is that rules?
Yeah, Richard Lewis also is the other Golem. What did you think, Todd?
I'm kind of, I get where you're coming from about this not being one of the better. Like you weren't underimpressed with this one, but I also get Pugs with the jokes made up for the concept, and I was dying on this one too.
Yeah, I don't know. This one didn't click with me quite the
you know what? I think it stands uncomfortable laughing at Jewish humor.
Mm-hmm. Your white guilt, Dan.
I'm not even being a dick. I do think that has to do with it.
I will say,
you like how I say I'm not even being a dick when I'm being a dick.
Shut up, Todd. Fran Drescher, gorgeous, still underrated. All right, so
from the cinema classic Dr. Detroit. I put it over whenever I can.
There you go. She also did a Jewish sex comedy. I always forget the name in the 80s.
Well, now we have to add it to our sex comedy list.
Dennis Quaid was in it. I have it on.
We'll figure out the title later.
Yeah. All right. So our next story, the day the Earth looked stupid. Which
2020.
So this one's actually a parody of course, Orson Welles' infamous radio broadcast, and it takes place in
that Todd ruined for us a few days ago.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's not been proven to me at all, Todd. So I'm going to go with the story.
Just like Dan and his people, to never let the facts get in the way.
Shut up, Todd. God damn it, Todd. Always got to put people in a bad mood. So yeah, this one. They freak out and they start doing some pretty stupid things, including naked mud swimming, whatever you want to call that, and it actually brings upon Kang and Kodos, who decide now's the time for a real invasion once they realize they acted like fools for nothing. What did you think of this one, Bugs?
This one's really good too. I love when the foliage dude had enough of Orson Welles' shit. He just like, come out of here with the signs, with all the stupid sounds that he was asking them to make. Yeah, when when their big plan is to pretend to be animals and just fucking flop around the slop. It's so stupid, but I was laughing my ass off. Yeah. And then I forgot what he says, but where he comes up with Nosebud, I forgot, but
Nosebud, yeah,
that was a cool like little Easter egg for Rosebud for Citizen Kane.
Yeah,
so, yeah, I thought it was really
spoilers, good. Bugs.
Didn't we already have Citizen Kane? A while ago?
I guess we'll allow that. That would probably pass as the point of cut off.
Yeah, and it's funny because I remember this one because they started to get heat over some of the political commentary on the Iraq War, which is a theme that kind of goes into some of the other ones too. In fact, there was actually, I think, something cut where Kang, I think it was Kang, makes a reference to it, that the line was actually removed, but I think it leaked on the internet, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this one actually, I'm curious to ask you guys, what was your favorite out of this round?
I like the Blob. The Homer is the Blob. Married to the Blob.
Me too. Yeah, I have to go with that. That one made me laugh the hardest. How about you, Pugs? Still going with the Golem?
Can you guys still hear me?
We can. There you go.
Yeah, I'll go with the Golem.
Okay. Well, there you go. So we weren't completely on a consensus on that one. I thought we'd all be Blob, to be honest. That one did make me laugh pretty hard. So the quality is continuing at this point. And now we will get right into Treehouse of Horrors 18, which aired on November 4th, 2007 in the season 19, episode 5. All right. So this one opens up with Marge, of course, way back did a lot of the openings for this, and kind of killing off a bunch of logos for other Fox shows, including 24, Prison Break, and what have you. Not the best opening coming off of Tales from the Crypt, but I don't know. It was fun enough, I guess. We'll get right into the first story. E.T. Go Home, which, well, you know what that's a parody of. And so Bart ends up finding Kodos in the shed. And Kodos... I like his line. My friends and I came in peace to find your vulnerabilities. What did you think of this one, Pugs?
Oh, this was fun. I was actually expecting a little bit to be a little more ET friendly and not like an actual invasion. So kind of threw me for a loop. Yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot.
God, I know your favorite line was, as always, silence means yes when he gets into the shower with Kodos.
Yes. I popped pretty hard for that one.
What did you think of the episode?
I actually really like this. The whole ET thing, but with the Simpsons aliens made it a lot more. I don't know. It was just fun. It wasn't scary or anything like most, but it was just a good retelling with a Simpsons twist.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of continue blending sci-fi just as much, but I was cool with it, and they recreated the bike gag and everything. So I had a good time, especially when Bart can't kill Kodos.
Well, I get your whole sci-fi comment. But E.T. was terrorized kids as children, so
that is true. That's
so when he raises his head, that freaked me the fuck out.
But that's back in the 80s when good old Spielberg was scaring the kids and everyone else. It was okay to scare the kids. It was okay to scare. It was okay to scare the kids on screen back then.
There you go.
Is that better?
There you go. It wasn't as They didn't
just legalize the off screen there.
Yeah. So yeah, that I think a pretty good parody of that. Our second one, Mr. and Mrs. Simpson, parody of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I thought this one, I would have liked it more if there was like a reference to Homer cheating on Jennifer Aniston somehow, but they didn't go there. But yeah, Homer basically being an assassin for Burns, and it was fine. I think my problem is I don't really like the movie it's parodying. So, what did you think?
He's fine. I like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and but for me, connecting it to Halloween is a little weird. Other than they're dressing up kind of like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but whatever. It's action packed. I actually really liked it. I was rooting for Marge more than Homer, which is a little weird for me, but yeah, it's fine. Not very Halloween.
Dan would never root for the woman in this situation.
Shut up, Tom.
Marge is a fucking catch, man.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. It didn't fit Halloween, but just as a little standalone Simpsons segment, it was fun.
Yeah, maybe it's the fact that Angelina Jolie basically looks like Mr. Burns now, and it was depressing me. I don't know. Didn't click for me too well, but it is what it is. So our third one, I'm sorry, is very Halloween, and that is Heck House, which gets on my good side right away for actually, showing Halloween and trick-or-treating. And it begins with Skinner's mom, Agnes, refusing to give them Halloween candy and spitting on them. And
I'm like, she didn't refuse to give it to him. She's just spitting their fucking bag. Fucking, I should have decked that bitch.
I think in 2020 you would have decked that bitch. Spitting on the candy. Jesus, that's like a throwing it all out kind of deal now.
That my trick-or-treat bag would have been upside that hose head. For sure.
You'd have to get the right people that would find it funny, because it probably would be an ass whooping. But now would be really funny to have like fake, like, I don't know, slime that can be used as snot. Just like answer the door and just go.
Be careful with that.
Yeah. Lots of piss.
It wouldn't be Dan's nose that was sneezing and sending out a bunch of stuff.
Shut up, Todd. God.
For the kids.
For the kids.
That's fucked up. All right, so Heck House, and then they start going on basically a prank run, doing all of the classics, and Flanders decides to teach them the error of his ways by turning his church into a haunted house.
I gotta say what I think's funny, because it has to do with the 7 deadly sins. Mm-hmm. It's listed as a 7 parody.
Oh,
is it really?
Can you imagine?
Oh, man, I know. John. Don't.
Can you imagine them bursting in and like Homer's sloth sitting there in the bed?
It would be comic book guy for that.
Oh yeah, that's true. You could use him
or
too.
Barney.
Best death ever, and then he's like keels over again.
Have you off but somewhat on topic? Have you seen the movie Hell House, Pugs?
Actually, I haven't.
Really?
The documentary, not the horror film.
I haven't seen either. I know I should. I know of it, and yeah.
Well, no, I think
Legend of Hell House is the movie you got to see.
I think the other Hell House, which is about these Christian haunted houses, is a must. We'll have to watch and discuss.
Let's do it.
I'll tell you, I'd probably go to one if they actually try to be legit.
Why don't we?
Room. Holy
have you seen the documentary yet, Dan?
I have not, and I'm going to.
Okay, this might be one we need to watch along with.
Okay.
Yeah. I want the fetus room of like just abortion.
Okay, but let's save it and see what they actually give us. So sorry, I didn't mean to throw us off topic.
Cool. I would hang out in that abortion room though.
So depending on when this airs, you may already have seen this episode we're discussing right now.
I had a lot of fun with this one, and then of course, as always, everything kind of doesn't go poor Flanders' way, but you do get full on Satan Flanders, which is
we always love that.
and they go down the line: gluttony, wrath, pride, sloth. I like Mo and the Titty Club. That was a lot of fun.
he was it greed and then wrath because he gets kicked in the balls.
Yeah. And then ending with Ned telling everybody that they're going to go to hell for watching all the Fox channels. So that was a lot of fun. This one was a good episode. It made me feel like it was Halloween. But what wins the night for Treehouse 18? Wow. I'm going to go with Heck House. Just, made me feel like Halloween. What say you guys?
I'll go with Heck House as well.
Yeah, I agree. As E.T. would be a close second because I do like the parody in that one, but Heck House all the way. Yep,
they're always going to get on my good side when it's a Halloween.
I really want them to do a 7 episode though. Like,
yes,
Now you want it even more. That's my fault.
Marge's head in the box, or someone's head in the fucking box.
All right, so we'll get right into the next one.
Who would have the
Treehouse.
knife crotch?
Oh, that's got to be Mo.
Oh no, the lawyer who can't. Fuck, I forgot his name, but he's always like whiny and.
Is that
Disco Stew, maybe?
No.
Good old Gil.
Good old Gil. Yeah. Oh, I fucked her. Get it out of my mouth. Yeah.
You know, Leyland Orser, that actor, is married to Jean Triplehorn. We were talking about Waterworld the other day. So he's a lucky bastard. I don't know if he's ever broken out the dildo or not, but all right. Yeah.
Great topic for a children's show.
I try. All right, so Treehouse of Horror is 19. This one aired on November 2nd, 2008, season 20, episode 4. And this one kind of kicks it off with Election Day 2008. Homer trying to vote, which was pretty funny.
Hell, I meant one of those McCains.
So yeah, again, funny each year and following the progression of political parody and pop culture. Our and of course the booth naturally kills Homer. Our first story is the Untitled Robot Parody, which of course is a lot of the horrible Transformers movies of that time. And so yeah, this one, this is Bart basically trying to settle on a present for Lisa and ends up buying her a Transformer.
Well, he actually buys her a Malibu Stacy car, but
it ended up being a Transformer. So
it was not a Transformer.
Yes, the Malibu Stacy convertible, Todd.
No, but they called him something else.
Transmorphers.
Thank you.
Yeah, it went through a bunch of
just
titles.
like the Asylum.
Todd's mad because his G.I. Joes used to kill Barbie in her Malibu Stacy car, and yeah,
I was not a G.I. Joe guy, so maybe it was my John Wayne doll killing the Barbies.
There you go. Your mom knew something was up.
He had the hat and everything. Looked just like yours. Glad I lost the hat.
Did your mom ever ask, Todd, there's many Barbies in the fridge now. Can we take some of them out?
They're not ready, Mom.
No.
And then when John Wayne was done with them, he passed them off to the Michael Jackson doll.
Boom.
I didn't know what his. I didn't know what the future behold at that point. He was just a little bit of a feminine man then. It wasn't anything weird. Look at Prince. So.
He comes up later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
We'll get to it. So yeah, this one's actually pretty funny. I like when he's going through the last minute present store and they had somber string, which was like a suicide gag. I was like, holy shit. What did you think of this one, Bugs?
Oh, I thought it was good. When he pretty much strangles Malibu Stacy as an opening gag, I was laughing my ass off. I was hoping that's how it would go the entire time. Then all the other robots or Transmorphers come to life, start wreaking havoc.
Transmorphers is also the Asylum mockbuster.
It is. That makes him even awesomer.
Yeah. No, this one's a hoot. I liked it a lot.
Wouldn't it be funny as hell if a studio did a mockbuster of Sharknado?
Wouldn't it be a blockbuster version of it then?
Take it super serious.
Yeah.
You know what, Spielberg? If you're listening to us right now,
which we know he is.
I challenge you to make a serious Sharknado.
You've got fucking Tom Cruise playing it totally straight.
Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks. Bring out the Toms.
Yeah. What did you think of this one, Todd? I know it's not as awesome as the movie we just booked.
Oh, it's not. But I did like this one. It was Michael Bay film. So, But yeah, it was a fun Transformers parody. I like that it got transformed while Homer was in it, and their Optimus Prime and Megatron were fighting each other, hanging out of the asses.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, fun story, good parody of the movies. Then we get How to Get Ahead in Deadvertising. This one, a parody of something that I didn't think it was this old, but a certain company that doesn't like their characters to be featured in tiny little daycares, and so
I don't get that reference, but I know the opening is a parody of Mad Men.
Yeah, I was going to say there was a case where, and I thought it was where Disney like got a hair up their butt about I believe it was even a daycare center. So I don't know if this is like Simpsons predicts again, but that was a case where they were kind of mad about their characters being used. But could be coincidental. I'll have to look up the year on this one. So yes, Homer takes Maggie to a daycare, and there's a Krusty the Clown mural, and Krusty, I guess, just randomly happens to be there and demands it be taken down.
It's definitely a parody of the Disney thing.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't think it was that old actually, but yeah, maybe it was.
Yeah, you didn't realize Mad Men was that old either, so
yeah, that's true. So he ends up, Homer being Homer, somehow accidentally kills Krusty in a wood chipper, and it all kind of breaks down to where there's a loophole. Homer gets hired by the Madmen, and there's a loophole for dead celebrities being able to be used in ads, and we get a lot of them in this.
Prince being choked out by his Purple Rain guitar is my favorite fucking thing of the whole episode.
if we're, we should say the loophole is Homer's killing the celebrities so they can use their likeness.
Yes, I'm sorry. I like my favorite line in this one was I had to kill Kate Winslet to get that chocolate fountain. Murdering Kate Winslet paid for the chocolate fountain. What did you think of this one, Pugs? And did you pop for John Wayne calling Prince Goofy Grape?
Oh yeah, Homer becoming an assassin works way better here than it did in Mr. and Mrs. Smith for me.
I agree.
Oh yeah, and I'm never gonna fucking rate anything super low for if Prince shows up. I love him to death. And then Homer just choking him out. This is just too funny. And they end up getting their revenge, so everyone wins.
What did you think, Todd?
I the Prince, anything with Prince, I'm good too. Good premise. Him having to kill him for a reason, becoming the assassin. I made for a fun episode. I did like this one. So far, there hasn't really been any I haven't liked, but this wasn't my favorite, but I did really enjoy it.
I thought this had some hilarious lines. Wiggum, I always thought I'd die of hepatitis. And then Abraham Lincoln. There's a lot of
the fucking cheek check. Hilarious.
So our last segment in this one is very Halloween. It's the Grand Pumpkin Millhouse, a Peanuts parody. This one's just goofy, stupid fun. I like the giant pumpkin that's kind of pissed off at the pumpkin atrocities. Jack-o'-lanterns being carved, feeding him pumpkin bread.
Dan told me that the pumpkin atrocities never happened.
Oh,
shut up, Todd. Fucker. God damn it.
That one got him.
Fuck, that's fucked up. God damn.
Damn.
Hmm.
I got him
I did-
shook. I didn't even think that was gonna get him.
I
Composed,
did.
man.
I did laugh at when they I forget who was threatening the pumpkin, but he's like, "What do I care? That's a yellow pumpkin. All pumpkins are racist." You didn't know that? What did you think of this one, Pugs? Because I laughed my ass off.
Oh, this is pretty damn good. They nailed the animation. I love Santa's little helper as Snoopy on the top of his
Yeah.
house.
Oh yeah.
That tickled me. But the rest of the episode is just pure fun, Halloween fun. I liked it a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
what do you think, Todd?
I'm a big Peanuts Mark fan. I did really like the parodies. It was like you said, it's Halloween, it hits the fun. It is, I'm just gonna spoiler now. This is my favorite one of the bunch, so
Mm-hmm. I agree. This one's kick ass. Although I did really like the the dead celebrities, but this
Yeah,
one, this gets you in the mood. So if you're revisiting these and you've been watching our episodes, make it a point to watch this segment. I liked it a lot. Pugs, what was your favorite?
I'm gonna go with the Great Pumpkin Millhouse. And
Okay.
And then you calling Todd a fucker right now. I'm still giggling.
It's messed up. It's messed up. God damn
You meant it.
it. I did.
pumpkin atrocities.
All right. So moving on. We are now in Simpsons season 20. Or no, we're in Simpsons season 21. Pardon me. I keep forgetting
Yes.
we're a year ahead.
I know. If they just skipped one year, it'd make it more make it easier to keep track.
And this is Treehouse of Horrors 20, which aired on October 18th, 2009. And this one, also great opening. The Universal monsters all kind of escape and get mocked by the Springfield bullies. And they decide to dress up as Harry Potter, SpongeBob, Iron Man, and Captain Jack Sparrow, which I thought was pretty funny. And then their nagging wives show up. This is probably on par with the Tales from the Crypt opening, and I loved Dracula's nagging wife. You'll be sucking your own blood tonight. Yeah. I love the Universal monsters. So again, gets you in the spirit. Then we have our first story, which is Dial M for Murder or Press Pound to return to main menu. This one was a fun little parody of the movie.
Well,
Oh, go for
was
it, Todd.
it was a parody of Strangers on a Train, not Dial M for Murder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's true. I keep
And
they're
I know I had a nerd out, and it also has the Psycho theme. But
yeah, they always give you like a mishmash. I was gonna say War of the Worlds instead of Day the Earth Stood Still.
well, I'm only correcting you. You said it was a parody of Dial M for Murder, and it's not.
It's not. But nonetheless,
It's just Hitchcock. It's just Hitchcock in general.
Hitchcock parody, which always is a good thing.
Yeah, sorry, had to correct you.
Miss Krabappel in the murder plot. This one's good. It's not great, but again, at least they're in horror territory with Hitchcock, and I did like the line "Hooray for different face."
Hitchcock made terror films. He didn't make horror films.
Shut up.
He made
Todd.
suspense.
He made horror films. Fuck.
He made 2 horror films. He made suspense films. 2 horror films, Psycho and The Birds. The rest are not horror.
Shut up, Todd. God damn it. I can call it
Because I'm being accurate.
I kind of want to fight you on Frenzy, but I see where you're coming from.
Okay, yeah, but I'd give Frenzy that title too, but it's not really one of the big. I mean, it doesn't normally come up in the conversation. So,
all right.
I'd argue.
Shut
Frenzy.
up, Todd. What did you think of this one, Bugs?
It was fine. It's not my favorite at all. Like,
Yeah.
I barely remember any of it, to be honest. It was fine. The face remark that got me. Same face.
Yeah, it had one funny line. This one's not. Yeah, it's not the best segment, but I should skip you, Todd. You son of a bitch.
But you know, see, here's the thing: Dan has never let facts get in the way of his opinion, so I understand. I'll just let that go. It was okay. I like the little Hitchcock nods, but wasn't my favorite. So
yeah, you could do better with Hitchcock. I think that's my big issue. This one's just okay, and there's like so much that you could do. I'd like to see a rope one, which if I'm not mistaken, is your favorite Hitchcock movie, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, Rope is very underrated.
There is also a very good horror one that uses that as a jumping off point. RSVP, which also plays off the Rope. They even discuss Rope in it. Which, if you haven't seen that, Pugs, have you seen Rope?
Oh, Rope,
Jason. Mewes.
Okay.
RSVP.
Yeah,
Jason Mewes. That'd be a good double up.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. So our second story, Don't Have a Cow, Mankind. In this one, Krusty introduces the new Krusty Burger made from cows who have eaten other cows in there.
Cow squared.
Yeah, cow squared. And naturally it causes an immediate zombie outbreak. And considering this predates Walking Dead, where we get a lot of parallels in this episode too, which is kind of funny. This is
first.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they didn't do it first, but they did it before Walking Dead. And this is actually a great zombie episode. A really fun zombie parody, and I love when like Homer wouldn't let Grandpa in the house. There's a lot of callbacks and having to protect Bart and McBain showing up. We get Apu too. A lot of these characters are not treated very well by the Simpsons.
My favorite part of that though is when they were supposed to wait for him and they just bounced. He was supposed to wait for me.
I wanted him to show up again. But I had a blast. What did you think of this one, Pugs? I thought this one was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was a fucking great time. Like I said, the Apu line fucking wrecked me. And the fact like everyone has to protect Bart when he's a pain in the ass. The irony of that is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
really good.
He just bathes in our soup.
And then he's rubbing the bowl on his junk, giving it to Lisa. To put pop culture in perspective, you mentioned The Walking Dead in this episode. This is like exactly 1 year.
Yep.
Away from The Walking Dead premiering. So.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is 10 years of Walking Dead.
Yeah, since
and now it's ending.
20.
Supposedly.
One of them.
With a spin-off.
One of the 12 shows.
And the movies that are coming too. So yeah.
I expect the Walking Dead movies to end up on Peacock now.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot more Walking Dead. I don't think that's going anywhere. What?
I gave up.
Fear the Walking Dead's still really good. All right, so our third story, No Business Like Mo Business. I popped for this one. I was a Sweeney Todd parody, which was really kind of cool. And kind of has some breaking the fourth wall moments. I liked Mo trying to tell Marge that Homer was gay to hook up with her. And then Homer's song, holy shit.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So Todd, I know you've got that on your iPod. What did you think of this story?
I liked it. It wasn't my favorite. I'm not a big Sweeney Todd fan. I know I get heat for that, but whatever.
I like
It's not my favorite musical. So
It's Rapey Todd.
yeah. Right? Now that I'd be glued to my seat for. But no, it was a good parody of it. I do need to revisit the film. I'm just over
do?
Tim
Come
Burton.
back and cornhole Alan Rickman? No, it's like a revenge thing.
You can. It's not about sexual pleasure at this point.
All right.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't my favorite.
Okay. I enjoyed it a lot. What you think?
I did too. I actually really like this one. And the when Homer like bleeds into the tap.
Yeah.
That's the reason why she's like kind of falling in love with him. Yeah, I dig this one a shitload. Mo. Mo is fucking hilarious. And the fact that like the curtain closes and the audience can't crank or they're clapping. It's fun.
I really dug this episode in general. I mean, like I said, the Hitchcock one could have been better, but they do get a lot in there. I mean, there's parodies of Vertigo in there, Strangers on a Train, North by Northwest. There's a lot of combined stuff there. It just didn't click. The other two, though, I think are fantastic. And my favorite, being a zombie guy, I'm gonna have to go with Don't Have a Cow, Mankind. I thought that was pretty fantastic. What say you guys?
I'm the same. Don't Have a Cow, Mankind was my favorite of the three.
I'm gonna go with the Sweeney Todd episode.
There you go. Some love for Sweeney Todd. You didn't like the movie either, Todd?
By the time that came out,
Johnny
I was
Depp
so
movie.
over. I was so over Tim Burton and Johnny Depp. I couldn't get into it.
You may like it now.
I was gonna say I'm to the point I might want to revisit it.
It's probably one of his maybe his last great one.
I don't think he's actually made a great movie since Ed Wood, but that's me.
When was Sleepy Hollow? That movie's great.
That was 99.
I'm not a huge gothic, but I like that one, but it's no Ed Wood. I think it fell apart for me when he replaced Michael Keaton with Johnny Depp. Because that was his go-to guy.
So that's Edward Scissorhands, though. Like,
I like Edward Scissorhands.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, I'm just being funny.
Yeah.
I'm just being funny with the fact that Michael Keaton was the Johnny Depp before Johnny Depp.
I always wondered if we would get at one point like Tim Burton would return and we get Johnny Depp Batman.
I don't want that.
You could have seen
I'd still watch it though.
He can be in it. He can be a villain. I just don't want him as Batman.
God, I want to say he was rumored over the years for a couple Batman villains. I don't know.
Constantly, but
Yeah.
nothing ever concrete.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, another episode in the can. We're getting...
Do we want to say what our favorite of the four was?
Oh, wow.
Millhouse pumpkin.
Yeah.
I might have to go with that, too, because that just was such a good... Even if you didn't know anything about Simpsons, you'd have a blast with it. The jokes still work.
Yeah. Because I really liked Married to the Blob, but that'd be my pick, too. Okay. So
yeah. So there you guys go. Be sure to listen to our other Simpsons episodes. Still got a few more coming to you. And yeah. Good night.
All right. Good night.
Namaste, people. Happy Halloween, and follow us on all the social media bullshits.